What's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. Hope y'all had an amazing weekend. We're about to have an amazing week. I know Mr. Emanitier is coming to town, and Mr. Emanitier and Justin are doing a call tomorrow night. So excited about that. Let's go ahead and get into the Sunday setups. As usual, if you guys have questions, feel free to ask. I have not marked anything up yet, so we're going to do all of this together. Aloha, Emmeline.
Aloha, Doc.
How you doing?
Great, Doc. Thank you. How are you? You look great today.
Feeling great, thank you. All right, let's go. DXY. Let's mark up a level on the DXY real quick. Right in here. So DXY may give a push to the upside, which means that any pairs trading against the dollar, if the dollar is the first pair and the DXY is pushing up, expect the majors where the dollar is the first pair to push up as well. That does not always happen, but that's the theory behind everything. Philly in the house. So that's what we're looking at, is in a period of consolidation on the daily. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into them. Going down, US 30. US 30 not changing anything. I believe that this will get that push up. Excuse me. If not, we'll keep it going down. Yeah, I like this. In fact, yep, I like this. I'll leave that as it is. Yep, I'll leave that as it is. So US 30 on the daily. See what we have down on the 4 hour, 1 hour, all of that. See how the market opens. See if it comes back into this area right in here. If it doesn't break this area, look for a push to the upside on US 30. And if it's doing that on the US 30, let's see how the other indices are playing. Let's look at the daily. Wow, look at that. This was the last breakout area right here. And we had another one there. Being that that was the last breakout, this was the last true low here. So we'll take the fib. We'll come from this low to this high. This will allow us to get a potential zone. So this is a buy zone right here. Here's the target. See how it bounced around the 382? All of these fib levels, that's where you see major activity. If it drops to the downside. This would be a sell zone. This would be a target. And you can take the fib levels going down for potential target areas. All right. That's on the daily. So in between, these are daily zones. Daily zones for the German 30. If we take the hourly, right in here. So I'll call this a daily. Here's hourly. Let's go to the pivots. Perfect. Let's bring that up. Is hourly. Nice. I like that as it is on the buy side of things for the hourly. This would be a sell zone for me. Notice I'm hitting all of these doubles. Hitting all of the doubles, really. SPX. This would be a sell zone. So all I'm doing is marking up where I see activity and then space. I always say your money is made in the silence like this. This is noise where it consolidates. Silence is when it trends. Let's see how we look on the daily. You know what? Let's go clean. This was the last low right here. Pivot standard. A little pivot standard and some Fibonacci work. That's how I roll. Buy zone. Keep in mind, I'm marking up on the daily. So you'll see much larger zones on the daily. Markups are more accurate on the daily though. Fibs are more accurate on the daily. And if you're patient, you make more money on the daily. Because you're not concerned about the noise on the 15-minute and 1 hour charts. All right. So all of these areas you can hit on the way up on the smaller time frames. Turn off the pivot, turn off the fib. There you go, clean chart. Drop down, there you go. On the 1 hour, you could even bring this sell zone up some. Actually, I would bring it up to right in here. Right here. Hourly. Then you can hit targets. Look at where I put my targets, family. Look at where I put targets. See these? These are targets right here. Whenever you have those major changes of direction, look. See how this line corresponds? So that would be a target area right here. Whenever you see major changes of direction, that is how I find targets. That is why my targets are so accurate when the trades activate. High pivots, clean chart. Daily. So every sell zone, buy zone is also a target. Ripple, not really trading Ripple. Look at that. Hit them all. Where we are now. So I go to a recent high, which is right here, to the low. Fib. Right here. This would be my sell zone right here. If it does not break above, I would sell it back down and then catch these targets on the way down. Just like it already hit. Gold, silver, respect the fibs. Big time. If it breaks above, this would be my buy zone right here. Break above this noise, I would be buying right here. And then I would hit the fibs as targets on the way up. Yes, Chanel. Just responded to your message too. See this? So this is a fib level, which I will make a target. See this long wick? See how the activity up here? That's why I will make that a target. And then I would get rid of the fib. There you go. Clean chart. So major area right here. See what happens here. Gold should be similar too. Yep, look, similar. Inverted head and shoulders. Let's clean this up. Low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Same thing right in here. So here, keep going up. If it does not break this area, this will be my sell zone. So between these two. This is a sell zone. This is a sell zone. See what price does here. If it breaks above, this would also be a buy zone. Just have to recognize if it breaks above, then my TP is that next fib level. And then we ride the fibs going up. Ride them all the way up. If it rejects, you take the fibs going down. Simple. I probably use the fibs on gold more than anything because of how it respects. Oh, and Bitcoin. There you go. Which two sell zones, Monica? You mean right here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I will be looking to see if price rejects this first area. If it rejects, then I would sell it back down. If it doesn't reject, I would be looking for a rejection here. Does that make sense? Because if you look, price is making lower highs and lower lows all the way down. See this? Lower highs. Lower highs. Well, it made a lower low. Then it came back and retested that same low. It didn't go lower. So now it could be pushing up to retest these areas. If it breaks this double top, I would buy it up to into these targets. Does that help?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. This is a strong downtrend, which makes sense seeing that the indices are pushing up. Ordinarily, it's not always, but ordinarily, if the indices are pushing up, the metals are pushing down. I explained that in one call I did. When the markets are doing well, the wealthy are more likely to use fiat currency. When the markets aren't doing well, they're more likely to put their money back into metals. So you see the markets are pushing up, the metals are pushing down. That makes sense?
Yes, sir.
Go. GJ. 4 hour strong uptrend. Strong uptrend. So this was our last true low. Right here. So if we come from the wick of the low to where we are now. This is the basics on fibs. You go from swing low to swing high. Reginald, I don't use indicators when I trade Forex. But now that I have my own set of indicators, my day job killer gives strong indications when to buy and sell. So if you hop on some sessions, you see people using that. They give strong indications for trading Forex. This is my buy zone right here. This is my take profit. Let's throw some pivots. There's another one. My sell zone. Look at the pivots. There's one. There's one. There's my sell zone right there. You could take it here. If you take it higher, let's say you took this as a sell zone. Just be aware of your pip count. So you could take a higher sell right in here. Tight stop loss. Take that first pivot as a take profit. Then you can start hitting the fibs, which also align with the fibs. Take the fibs off, clean the pivots up. There you go. Yeah, feeling DJK is strong in Forex. Especially if you know you're not confined to time. Very strong. For all of you longer term traders, pay attention to this level right here. Right here. If price were to happen to drop and break this, your next take profit is right here. So you're talking about 200 pips. I still like this, to be honest, right here. Only thing now, I'll bring my sell zone right here. These are take profits. Again, note, I want you all, especially if you're new, look at how I mark up my take profits. I look for where I have these doubles. So just slide it up. There's one. There's one. Here's one. That's enough. My buy zone here will be at the top of this double. Let's see, pips. There we go. With this, because the dollar theoretically is supposed to be pushing up, I will be looking for GU to be pushing down. DJK, that's the day job killer. It's a HFX trading strategy that we use. AU, it's AUDJPY. Let's look at the daily. All right. It's already hitting the head and shoulder, so I'll be looking for this to push down. Target right here. So this will be actually a sell zone based on a head and shoulder pattern right here. Philly. Philly.
Yes, sir.
You see that head and shoulder?
Right there. Yeah.
Right here. Textbook.
Yep.
Left shoulder.
Yep.
Take it down. Right there. I mean right shoulder.
Yeah. One of the best things that I love that you teach, the head and shoulders, it's basically within a zone. So if it violates or whatever the case is, then you know that right there tells you your breakout, whether a buy or a sell. If not, they'll stay within the zone. So you're an expert at market off the zones. And if people understand consolidation, if you go to a lower time frame, almost 75% of the time you'll see a head and shoulder pattern.
Yeah. And I don't even trade head and shoulders patterns, but I recognize it. I don't ignore it when I see it.
Facts.
So let me find some higher targets just in case.
Hey, Doc, quick question. So I noticed you're looking at the head and shoulders pattern. So usually, well, I've gotten a lot of my trainers from like Manny, and he uses like Fibonacci within his head and shoulders pattern. Does that even matter once you see it? Does Fib even matter for you?
Well, you know, every trader is different. So Manny is bar none one of the best, especially when it comes to recognizing and using patterns. Me personally, I don't use a fib if I use a head and shoulder and vice versa. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just for me, I don't want to confuse myself.
Understood. Because usually what he says is like, if the fibs doesn't necessarily match his head and shoulder, he won't do it.
Yeah.
But then, you know, I see sometimes people they just spot a head and shoulders pattern and they just use it.
Yeah. That's why I always tell people, once you find a strategy, you're not concerned with whether you win or lose. I know that sounds funny, but you have to get to a point to where you trust your strategy. Lizardo Tavares, he swears by the teacup, and he'll tell you he's not the best trader in the world. He just is confident with that pattern, and he's super successful with it. It's just sitting with the pattern. It's what I tell people when we trade Day Job Killer. I'm not looking to see whether I'm a win or lose. If I see the setup and it's the perfect setup, I'm taking a trade. I let the results work themselves out.
Understood.
Ooh, this is messy now. Ooh. All right, you have another almost head and shoulders. More, not as clean as the last one, so I won't mark that one up.
See, that one right there to me looks like a contracting triangle. If I saw it.
Yeah, it's all kind of things. You could say a wedge. It's all kind of stuff. There's a Gartley in here. That's what I'm saying. When you find a strategy, stick to that. So many people want to learn every different strategy, and they end up knowing too much and making too little.
Analysis paralysis at its finest.
There you go. This is when I do a clean breakout. This is the daily, so I'll drop down in a minute. All right, here we go. Got a little inverted there. We have an inverted here. So here, 1, 2, 3. I will be looking for the market to push back into this area and then drop. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Let's go up. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. See this downtrend? You have to go to the weekly to see it. So when I drop down to the daily, it makes more sense. So right in here, I will be looking for a sell limit right here, because that is a teacup. With that, this will be my first take profit right here. This is on the daily now. Within the daily, you can get all kind of setups. See, we have consolidation here. This will be my breakout area right in here. So this will be a buy zone within the daily, setting up for a larger sale. This would be a sell zone. All of this is within the daily. This will be my first take profit right here. So if you buy it, this sell zone is your first target. Actually, second target. Here you go. BTCUSD. All right, AUDCHF similar. On the AUD pairs, strictly looking for sales. That's just me. Right here is my sell limit area. This is my take profit. If it breaks above, it will have to break this zone for me to buy it. And then my take profits right in here. As far as pip count, yep, 50. And my next one. Let's go up to the daily. Yeah. That wick target. Next target. This target is now the sell zone. The buy zone if you never took it. Perfect. Something else I want you all to think about. Think of quarters when you're trading. By quarters, I mean fourths. So on the larger scale, the market moves in 250 pip ranges, but on smaller scales, think of 20-25 pips. So on a 4 hour, me personally, I'm looking for at least 50 to 100 pips. If I'm trading 15 minutes, 1 hour, 20 to 30 pips. Does that make sense? Like this. UJ is nice. I'll leave it. I still like this. I'm gonna leave it. So this is what I would be looking for, because the USD, the US dollar, supposedly is getting stronger. I will be looking for a rejection around this area and then buy it up. If not, I still like these zones. Let's see if it makes sense in terms of pip count. Yep. So my first area would be down in here.
Hello, Dr. Carter. Not to interrupt you.
Yeah. How you doing?
Hi, I'm great. My name is Kim Wilson, and I saw the message in the No Left Behind message link. So I jumped on the meeting, but I'm like lost. What are we doing today on this link with you?
These are potential trade ideas for the upcoming week. We do this every Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, I'll put this on my calendar because I just, pick up my phone and looked and saw it. So,
Okay.
all right, well, that's great, and thank you very much.
You're
So
welcome.
I'll just keep looking on. I don't know if I should be asking questions, answering questions, but I'll keep looking.
You are more than welcome to answer questions, and if it's a question that I deem you would get more value from one of the videos that are out, I'll direct you to that.
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
For there, I'll stay on. Thank you.
Right in here. Watch this area. See if price comes back to this area on USD-CHF. Remember, theoretically, the dollar is supposed to be gaining strength, so we could see a push up. So if we do see a push up, see if price comes back to test this area. If not, I'll mark it. Buy zone on retest. If it does not, your next buy area is the breakout right in here. If price breaks below, wait for a retest. If you don't like retest, your sell zone is right beneath this consolidation. And then we'll start taking it in 20 to 25 pips. Right in here. 1. This noise 2. This noise 3. Above, let's see what we have. If we go to the daily, right here. Perfect. Remember, these are trade ideas. These are not signals. This is for you to look at, study. If it makes sense according to how you trade, by all means take the trade. If it doesn't, don't. Look for rejection here and buy it. Why do I say that? Again, let me go back. This is USD/JPY. Look at the DXY. The DXY is getting stronger, which means every pair that leads with US theoretically should be pushing up. With that being said, look for rejection here. If it rejects, buy it up. Let's see to what levels. right here. Oh man, look at that evening star. Whew. Money in the bank. Next level, you have a couple of teacups, a few teacups. One target. Sell zone. First take profit is pair right here. Yep, 20 pips. Second is pair. Third. This is like a week take profit right here. Yep. This one should be perfect. All right, Mr. Andrews, here we go. Your new buy zone. Here's that inverted head and shoulders. You also have a head and shoulders right here. Just hasn't come back yet. Which, as you see, that's my target for when it comes back. Right now, I think Bitcoin will push down to around 51.4 before it pushes up. So in this push up, we had consolidation for a year, literally. Formed a high, a higher low. So this is our low right here for your fib use. You find the wick of the low of the lowest close. You go from that wick to the top wick right here. And then you can adjust accordingly. I like my targets where they are still. My sell zone I will bring up. Nope, right here. This target will be my new buy zone. Target. Target. And target. This here is really, if price rejects, let me change my sell zone to this. This would now be a target. Get rid of my fibs. There you go, clean chart. You can drop down and do what you want with that. All right, y'all. That's Sunday setups. CSD. Hope y'all got some value from that. Make sure I answered all my questions. What's your take on the fibs with NAS 100? Don't really use the fibs on NAS 100 until it reaches either a peak or a trough, or the highest point or the lowest point. At that point, I'll pull up my fibs, draw 25%. If you know me, I always sell the retracement, buy or sell the retracement 25%. Works like a charm. Yes.
Can you just please? Oh, you did look at Bitcoin. I'm sorry, I walked away when you did it. Okay, I'll get it on the chart. I'll get it on the chart.
I can pull it back up real quick though.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Can you see it?
Yeah, Rhonda just put it out.
Cool.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. So if it breaks that 59,282, then it's going to keep on.
Right here. This is your key level. This is your key zone right here.
Okay. Okay. Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, well, good. Perfect. All right, y'all. Y'all have a wonderful day. Make sure you hop on this here Bo Money Bennett tonight. I know that call is going to be ridiculous. If you're in Atlanta, I will see you all Tuesday. And if you're coming to the convention, I will see you all next weekend. Y'all have a great day.
Thanks, Doc. Peace.
Peace. Oh.
Thanks, Doc.
Appreciate it, Doc.
Thanks, Doc.
All right, y'all.